Hey brothers and sisters, Slice and Bone. I made this video on transition. I'm just like in putting my heart out there for a trans community, and I want you to understand this. Okay. Being a bisexual female with family members who are bisexual, who are gay, straight, lesbian, all types of gender or trans back and forth. And that's, across my entire family. I wanted to just come out here and let you know that things for me started horribly. I mean, when I started my true transition, I went through a dark night of the soul that felt like hell. When I first left my ex, I ended up moving back in with my mom and dad. Let me go back. My house burned down. The house we were living in with my children. I ended up moving in with my parents, and my parents were not loving people, not to me. And then I ended up out on my own, and things just did not seem like they were getting any better. I had a hard time keeping a job. I had 3 kids at the time I was trying to feed, and going to churches and getting help, and just back and forth, and I tried so hard to act like everything was fine. And here I am going through menopause, and I didn't even have help for my depression or anxiety or anything yet. I had talked to a few people. I was on medication, but it really wasn't working because I didn't accept that I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. So I'm going through the dark night of the soul, and by this time I ended up losing both my parents to cancer. One of my children was on drugs. Another one was going through some stuff. I ended up losing my youngest child and having to give him to his father. I lived in a ramshackle house with no electricity, no water, no nothing. My kids are all scattered to the wind. And I'm going through a dark night of the soul. Me and my cats. Transition is fucking hard. Right? But this is not the end of it. Right? This is not the end. I ended up moving in with my nasty ex. That man. I keep hearing that he's getting his karma, but you know what? I'm not worried about him getting karma as long as he's not in my life. I actually started seeing the brightness in that situation. I had my first Kundalini awakening in the shower at that man's apartment. He fought me tooth and nail, trying to make it more difficult, trying to drag me back down. But I kept coming up. I moved out of that apartment when he moved to Louisiana, and I know he thought that that was going to be the end of me, but that was not. That was the beginning. The true, real beginning was started. And in my transition, I was coming out. My beautiful son moved with his sister to California. He's doing beautifully. He's just amazing to me, and I can't get into that, but he is amazing. But since then, over the past 5 years, I've just come up and come up and come up. And I kept going backwards, and I kept going to the same shit because I was scared. And I mean, the fear is fucking real. The fear is fucking real. But the thing about fear is it's supposed to show you that there's something wrong going on, but it's not supposed to stop you. It's actually supposed to push you forward. You know? So the fear is now my launching pad. And I went from one kind of work to being stern and saying, no, I'm not going back to working in a warehouse, not having any quality of life, and not living that life anymore. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. And I dug into my spirit, and I dug into my pains, and I dug into those anchors that hold those triggers down, and I started ripping those suckers out, and I have changed everything in my life. I am going after it, and I am on the ass end of menopause, and I didn't say that part, did I? I was going through menopause the entire freaking time. Oh my God, the hormonal shit show. And it does. The hormones will mess with you. They will. I don't care what any doctor tells you. If you're going through estrogen or you're going through testosterone hormonal therapy, it's gonna mess with you. They're full of shit. We all know that hormones control our bodies and what our hormones do. If you've had a period, you know what your hormones do. You know, I mean, seriously. But here I am now. I held on strong, and I said, I'm not going back to that. I'm not going back to that mess. I'm not going back to working in warehouses and coming home in pain and crying until I fall asleep, and then getting back up just to go do it again tomorrow, and not living that nasty life and not having any quality of life. I decided not to do that. And this is what it is. You have to make the decision that you're just not going to do that. And then I held on for 6 months, and I told the divine, I begged the divine, please just help me get through this. Divine helped me through it. I had everything I needed. I had food. My bills are paid. I have a roof over my head. I'm in better shape than I ever was. It's the sunshine at the end. I mean, you dig a hole. You dig yourself in a hole, and you think that you can't get any deeper, and then you look up, and all you see is sunshine. Because it's still there for you. Now get out of the hole. You're going through change. You're going through hell. Hell is just a door to close, to open the other one. It gets hard. It gets better. Oh my God, does it get better? I told you this before in other videos. I don't know if you watched them or not. I'm going to say it again if you haven't. Get out of your shell. Get out of your house. Get out of your... Go out in the woods. Go out in the trees. Go out in the water. Go out in the snow. Go out in the sun. Go out in the moon. And feel it. Just feel it. It takes it all out. And yes, you're going to cry. And yes, you're going to hurt. It's part of life. It's part of everything. You don't know good without the bad. You don't know light without the darkness. You don't know feeling good without it feeling bad. When it feels good, celebrate. Celebrate yourself. And number one, take care of you. You. Go get your hair cut in a way that makes you happy. Not what other people tell you look good on you, but the way you like it. The color you want. Brings you joy. Go for a walk. Take a long, hot shower. Shave your legs if you want. Paint your nails if you want. Look at how far you have come from where you were. Look at where you want to go. Do things for you. I did a video a little bit ago about how hard you work. And if you want to sit down and relax, sit down and relax. You're not lazy. You worked hard for that chair you're sitting in, for the air conditioning in that room, for the fan, whatever. You know, you worked hard for it, every little thing you have. So enjoy it. It's yours. We're in a day and age where you're being told that you can't be who you are because that doesn't work with them. Them. Who's them? Who are these people telling you who to be? How well do they really know who you are? How well do you? Start your day off with doing something that you love, that makes you feel good. Before you go to bed, when you get that cup of coffee, or tea, or whatever it is you like to drink in the morning. Do you know what you like to drink in the morning? Smell it. Taste it. Enjoy that first sip. That's how you start your day. When you walk outside, out the door, and it's raining, smell the rain. Look around. Look how happy the trees are. When you walk out into the sunshine, position yourself so it's right on your face. Close your eyes. See the bright lights through your eyelids. Feel the warmth on your skin. I do this every morning. I do. It feels great. When you're driving down the street, don't sit in your car and just listen to the radio. You stop at a stoplight, look around. Look at the weeds that are gorgeous on the side of the road. Those chicory and the Queen Anne's lace and the little buttercups and all those little flowers and everything that grow out of the cracks. Aren't they beautiful? They go through transitions every day too. They start with a little seed and then look what they become. Tadpoles turn into frogs. You know, butterflies start with caterpillars. And they go through an awful transition and they turn into liquid. Life is all about changing and transitioning and growing and learning through it. And that is our number one goal, to keep learning and get an obstacle and you keep learning. And I keep telling you this. Don't I? But if you're going through transition as a person, as a spirit, your whole physical being into a different gender, all of this, you're not alone. Everything in life is going through this. Everything in life. We got all these governments and all these people blah blah blahing in your ear, and it should be this way and it should be that way, and we're gonna stop this and we're gonna stop that. They cannot actually stop you from being who the fuck you are. They can't. They can make everything in life illegal if they want. But you're still in there, babe. You're amazing. You're beautiful. My last video, I put some things for Trans Ohio. And let's see. What did I put in here? I put for LGBTCleveland.org. Meetup has all kinds of LGBTQ events and groups. Eventbrite has events and groups. TransOhio.org has trans and groups. If you know of any others, please share them. Go on Instagram, go on Facebook, go put them on the comments here, put them on the comments in my last video. And just remember, you're not alone in this, okay? Go find your tribe. Go find your growth. Look at the sun, look at the trees, look at the moon. Enjoy the rain. I love you, brothers and sisters. Whatever I can do to help you, I absolutely will.